Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Cork and Board, where we pair good food with good wine. Today is actually a very special episode. We're not making any food today because we are actually celebrating our 25th episode with this filming, and I'm super excited for that. It's kind of boggling to think that I started this whole thing 5 months ago, and now we're already here and I've done 24 episodes. I'm super pumped about it. I'm happy to have brought you guys along, and I wanted to celebrate by looking back and counting down the top 5 red wines that have been on the show for under $25 a bottle. I'm happy that you guys are here. Thank you so much for watching. Stick around for some special announcements at the end of the video. Now, let's count down those 5 red wines. Before we get started, I just want to put out a few disclaimers out there, and the first and foremost among those is that this is an entirely subjective thing. Wine is all about taste, and everyone's tastes are different. So everything here is clouded with my own biases and what I enjoy. I know for a fact that that means I like full-bodied, smooth red wines. So if you're someone who likes things that are a little bit on the lighter side, you might not see something here that you enjoy, and that's perfectly fine. But if you do have that feeling, please drop a comment down below, because I would love to hear what you think is a good wine that deserves being on this list and that I can try in order to push myself outside of my comfort zone. The second thing on this is the pricing. I've said these are the top 5 for under $25, and that mark is based on my local area where I live in Ontario, Canada. Now in Ontario, everything alcohol is under a government monopoly, so we see a very fixed price and a very dedicated range. And depending on where you live in the world and the restrictions therein, you might see higher or lower prices for these bottles. I can't speak to that because I don't live in those areas, but we are going to look at these through that lens of being in Canadian dollars and for being in Ontario, Canada. Now with that being said, let's count them down. Coming in at number 5, we have the Chateau Los Bulldos 2015 Cabernet Sauvignon Grand Reserve. This is an excellent Cabernet Sauvignon that doesn't have an overbearing flavor like some warmer climate ones do, while still hitting all the notes that Cabernet Sauvignon is known for. It is deep, it is rich with those blackberry and blackcurrant flavors that gives away into a long, strong finish and pairs well with any kind of steak or red meat and anything that goes on the grill. At $22 a bottle, it's excellent value, and I really enjoy having it around. Coming in at number 4 on our list is the Liu Reserve Shiraz Blend Red out of South Africa, 2017 vintage. At $20 a bottle, this was ranked 93 points by Master of Wine Tim Atkin, and was a bit of an experiment for me in an introduction to South African wines, and boy, did it blow my socks off, and is probably the most surprising wine I've had in the last 5 months. As a Shiraz blend, it's got all of what you would expect in a classical Shiraz, with darker fruit flavors of plum and black cherry, giving away into just a hint of spice. But this grounds it all with a very earthy back note that really sets it apart from the rest and gives you something to really think about and enrich the flavor. It's going to go great with anything wild game, venison, duck, goose, you name it. And if you put it on the grill, it's just going to be all the much better. Our next wine is a longtime favorite of mine. Coming in at number 3, it is the Oyster Bay 2017 Pinot Noir. This comes out of New Zealand, which is much more well known for their white wines, but in this Pinot Noir, they have a true winner. The vintner has been able to make this consistently year after year, and while some critics will say that it's something that should be consumed now, I find you can still cellar this for a year or two before consuming it. It's got a great lighter taste that is quintessential to any Pinot Noir, that is great with red meat, but can also go great with some heartier seafoods like salmon or tuna. And I do recommend for that because there are not too many red wines that won't overpower those flavors in seafood. It's a great wine at $21 a bottle. It's excellent value, and I do highly recommend it. At number 2 on our list, the Cuvee Sabrine Cote Village 2016 is the cheapest bottle on our list at only $16 per, and that is an absolute steal for what you're getting here. It is out of the Rhone region, which is a classic French area, and it is no joke. The French know what they're doing when it comes to wine. This is a Grenache, Syrah, and Mourvedre mix that hits all the classical notes of black cherry and blackberry with just a hint of spice from the Grenache and Syrah grapes, and then gives into a long, smooth finish and a light acidity that makes this pair excellently with almost any food. I really enjoy having this with a pizza or with a freshly grilled chicken, but you can have it with steak, you can have it with hearty vegetables, you can have this with anything that hits those savory notes, and it is going to bring forward that acidity and just that little bit of spice for an excellent pairing. I do highly recommend it, and I've already got about a dozen bottles sitting in my cellar waiting for it to mature. Our number one wine was a no contest in here. It is hailing out of Australia, and it is the 2016 Sidewood Shiraz. I have been drinking this wine for over a year now, and I am yet to find anything wrong with it. It is smooth. It has a great bouquet on the nose, and the flavor is just great with almost anything. You can have this on your own, you can have it with food. It is great. There's a wonderful bouquet on it that then gives way into this really complex flavor of blackberries, plum, and cherry before moving into the spicier notes and finishing with a flavor that is reminiscent of dark chocolate. And that's a really complex taste for a wine that costs only $20 a bottle. As an added bonus, according to wine critic James Halliday for Wine Companion Australia, this wine is good to drink until 2041. And no, that is not a typo. It makes me super excited to have this in my cellar. It is an exceptional value for this wine, and the flavor is great with anything you can think of, because I am yet to find something that I don't enjoy having this wine with. It is that great of a wine on its own, and it is that great of a wine with any kind of food because of its complex flavor profile. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the top 5 red wines under $25 that have been on the show so far. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that like button, because if I get 100 likes on this video and another 10 subscribers by Halloween of 2020, then I will do another one of these videos counting down the top 5 white wines to have been on the show up to date for the same price range. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. I've had a lot of fun reviewing all of these wines, and I really enjoy sharing this with you guys. So hit that subscribe button, and we will see you on the next video. Until then, take care.